Most people sit down to build their first budget, get overwhelmed halfway through, and quietly give up. Not because budgeting is too hard, but because they're trying to get it perfect before they've even started. A budget isn't a fixed document you write once and follow forever. It's a working tool, something you adjust as you learn more about your own spending patterns, your income, and what actually matters to your lifestyle. Waiting until you have every number perfectly mapped out before starting is like waiting until you can swim perfectly before getting in the water. The learning only happens once you're actually in it. Your first budget doesn't need to account for every possible expense in perfect detail. It needs to do three simple things: give you a rough picture of what's coming in, give you a rough picture of what's going out, and highlight the gap between the two. Whether that gap is positive, negative, or uncomfortably close to zero. That's it. Everything else gets refined over time as you gather more real information about how you actually live, not how you think you live. Most first budgets fail not because the numbers were wrong, but because the expectations were unrealistic. People build a budget based on an ideal version of their spending rather than an honest one. They underestimate small daily expenses. They forget irregular costs that don't show up every month. And when reality doesn't match the plan, they assume budgeting just doesn't work for them, rather than recognizing that the plan simply needed adjusting. The budget wasn't wrong. The assumption that it needed to be perfect from day one was. At NeoRiseWay, we believe the best financial tool is one you actually use, not one that looks perfect on paper, but feels impossible to follow in practice. Start simple, adjust as you go. That's how it's supposed to work. Subscribe to NeoRiseWay for practical, beginner-friendly financial guidance built around how people actually live.